From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. Happy 4th of July. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. It's going to be cooler, much cooler than normal for this time of the year. More like 5 to 10 degrees below average. A few showers going to be possible. It's not going to be a washout, but it will be a little bit damp out there. But all that's going to be a moot point by next week because we have another heat wave that's going to be on the way. For this morning, already starting to see some showers entering the southern domain of the page right here in the southern blues. And these are only going to be trending up towards the north. So later this morning and later today, we will have some of those showers, of course, more towards the north. Right now, wind gust, not really all that impressive, but after 11 a.m. they will start to pick up, and we'll be tracking that throughout the day. 50s and 60s this morning for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades and 50s in the Blues. So it feels pretty good out there for right now. It's going to feel pretty good throughout the day. High temperatures only into the 70s and 80s for lower elevations, again, being well below normal for this time of the year, but gloomy. It's going to be more of a June gloom day as opposed to the 4th of July. Okay, now on to fire coverage now. There's a vegetation fire just popped up this morning, burning outside of Milton Freewater, 5 acres off the 80,000 block of the South Fork of Walla Walla River Road. And we are still scrapping and clawing to find out any sort of information on this fire. We know per dispatch traffic that there are some localized evacuations taking place. If we find more information on that, of course, we'll pass that along. Now on to the wastewater fire that's burning in Yakima. This is the Yakima River. This is Interstate 82. Washington 24 is pretty close to here. Some of that smoke still smoldering, but it's white smoke and it's definitely not as much. And we still don't have much information on this one either, as acreage and containment still a mystery, but I have a feeling containment now, well, I don't want to guess, I don't want to put a number to it, but the signs, the visual signs are pretty encouraging. Okay, finally, I wanted to talk about the Cold Springs fire that's burning in the Hat Rock area of Umatilla County. We got a big acreage and a big containment update on this one, as we're down pretty close to 3,000 acres. Containment almost around 60%. We were seeing a lot of hot spots around the fire's perimeter yesterday, but now we're just not seeing that, which is why containment is almost up to 60%. That's also why we've seen a big time reduction in evacuations. Just level 1 evacuations on the map now on the northeastern side of Hermiston. So in these areas, you still need to pay attention to the fire situation, but you don't have to be packed. You don't have to be ready to leave anymore. And for more of a graphical list of this, the locations impacted would be Salmon Point west to Hat Rock, north of Highway 37 to Juniper Canyon, south of Highway 730 to Cold Springs Reservoir, between Tabor Road and Highway 37. If we have any more updates to pass along on any more of these fires, we'll let you know on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, yes, we are talking about those fires that Josh was mentioning. That fast-moving fire forcing crews into action, burning nearly 3,000 acres in Umatilla County. This morning we have the latest on those containment efforts that Josh was talking about and the incredible rescue of a tiny survivor.
And with fire danger high across the region, state officials say it's going to take all of us to prevent the next wildfire. What they want you to know before you head to a park or trail this weekend.
And a health warning at a popular Kennewick fishing pond after toxic algae was found in the water. The danger it poses to kids, pets, and anyone planning to cool off nearby. Those details and more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, July 4th. Happy 4th of July.
Woo!
So much going on.
Patriotic colors going on.
I know. We are ready, and we're going to break down some fun events happening as well, but we're keeping a close eye on some fires.
That's right. We're tracking the Cold Springs fire in Umatilla County.
Yeah, so those level 1 evacuation orders, those remain in place, as you heard from Josh just moments ago as he kind of broke down where some of those were at. This fire broke out Wednesday afternoon, and the blaze was continued to be pushed by some strong winds and, of course, the extreme heat we were feeling.
And firefighters from all across Oregon rushed in to help. The fire threatened multiple structures. Umatilla County Fire District 1 working alongside state and federal crews to slow the spread overnight. One home was lost, but other homes, including a barn, were saved, and that's thanks to a direct structure protection.
In this case, our local firefighters, did a tremendous job, stopped it, but they can't do this continuously, trying to protect it. So we come in as the state resource and take over the fire, so the local agency can go back to their daily job and respond to new fires, other emergencies that they normally do from a day-to-day basis.
So this fire has burned just under 3,000 acres, sitting in this morning now at 58% contained. The cause, though, still under investigation.
And amid the devastation, a small glimmer of hope surfaces.
The firefighters say a homeowner was trapped while trying to rescue her kittens and their mother cat. Crews were able to get them out just in time, even able to escort that homeowner to safety as well. And later that night, a task force returned to search the area, and they found all of the kittens, but sadly, one had not survived. 2 were unharmed, and 1 suffered burns to its paws and face. So the injured kitty is now recovering at a vet and has been given a very fitting name by its grateful owner, Smokey.
Oh, too cute.
Very cute.
I'm glad at least most of them made it.
Yes.
Talking about drones now, they're becoming more commonly used in police and fire scenes, but there is a point when all drones must come down. Franklin County Fire District 3 Fire Chief says a drone can be helpful when it has infrared or the ability to pick up a heat signature, and when they can see the outline of the fire, also where it's going and what's in its path. But he says as soon as firefighters call for aerial support, all drones must be grounded. So this is not just for community members flying their drones. He says this is especially important once the helicopter or airplane is within a 5-mile radius, so that it's not obstructing aerial firefighting.
If they see a drone, they will return and go to the local airport and drop. So they will not fly with any type of aircraft intrusion in that area, including unmanned aircraft. So if somebody's out there recreationally taking pictures with the drone, then they'll set down until we can find out who owns the drone, make contact with them, and have them set that drone down.
He also says, according to FAA, it's against the law to fly your drone when aircraft support is in use, and it could result in civil penalties totaling more than $20,000.
And with the holiday weekend ahead, state officials are also urging campers to play it safe when it comes to campfires. Camping on the 4th of July, they often go hand in hand, but state park officials say safety still needs to come first, especially when it comes to fire. They're reminding everyone to follow local burn bans and to make sure all campfires are properly contained and fully put out when you're done. Right now, several parks in eastern Washington are under a level 3 burn ban, meaning no wood or charcoal fires are allowed. But even where fires are allowed, state park officials say do not leave them unattended.
Don't leave your campfire. You don't start a campfire and then go take a nap or go for a hike or bike ride or go kayak in the lake. You really want to be in your campsite while you're having a campfire.
She also wants to remind those celebrating this weekend that it is illegal to light fireworks in state parks, including on beaches connected to them.
In environment news this morning, health officials are urging caution at a popular spot in Kennewick.
New warnings are posted now at the Columbia Park fishing pond after tests revealed a natural toxin in the water. Benton Franklin Health District saying the toxin is called homonotoxin and it is not safe to swallow.
That's especially dangerous for kids and pets who might accidentally ingest the water while playing. New signs are now posted around the pond, urging everyone to stay out and keep animals on a leash and away from that water.
Well, the times I've been here, I actually haven't seen nobody in there. Like, I've only been here 3 times out of like 5 years. But from there, I've only seen nobody in there besides animals like ducks and turtles. Yeah, I think just stay out of the water. It just doesn't really catch my attention. It looks kind of dirty. Yeah, just stay out of the water. It's not clean.
So the toxin does not affect drinking water, and they do have some follow-up testing planned for next week.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you're heading out for the holiday weekend, before you hit the road or board that plane, we've got some travel tips to help you save time and money and also get to your celebration safely.
And giving you that live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal camera here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. A little bit of cloud cover as we start our 4th of July Friday. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will break down your first alert forecast after the break.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings this week at Walker's. Get store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals, or get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
System 1 loaded.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
If you would like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July savings event. Experience first-class sleep, plus get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
From Apple Valley News Now, have a happy and safe 4th of July. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest on this 4th of July. Today is going to be kind of a gloomy day out there, a bit overcast. We will have some shower chances. I'd say about 10 to 20% shower chances in the Yakima Valley and Lower Columbia Basin, about a 30% chance in the Blue Foothills, about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. High temperatures for today. Cool for this time of the year, about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal, so 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 60s up in the Cascades, and 50s and 60s in the Blues. Wind's going to be breezy for most spots. It will be windy once again, as you would expect in the Kittitas Valley. Peak gust around 40 miles per hour, especially after 11 a.m. is when the winds are going to pick up. Something to keep in mind if you're going to feel so inclined to shoot off fireworks, especially if you're an unprofessional shooting off fireworks. And then for tonight, overcast skies should be mostly dry at this point, and overnight low is going to be mild down into the 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades, 40s and 50s in the Blues. And we will be tracking some upper level haze for today and tomorrow. It's not going to be much. We're going to kind of step through this quickly because I don't think this is going to impact air quality in a big way. Now, with so many fireworks being shot off for tonight, some of that lingering smoke, that could bring air quality down to moderate for some of us. But in terms of the air quality being reduced specifically from wildfire smoke, I just don't see that happening over the next couple of days. This was Futurecast wildfire smoke, but I'll show you Futurecast radar. I'll show you those shower chances and the looming heat wave for next week. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now looking ahead today, another record-breaking holiday is upon us on the roads and also in the skies.
Yeah, today's expected to be one of the busiest days for travel as millions of Americans head out of town to celebrate the 4th. This morning, Rena Roy has the full breakdown of what you can expect.
A mass travel crush this July 4th weekend, with millions of Americans now heading to their destinations. A record-breaking 51,000 flights scheduled for today alone. The Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport was buzzing early this morning. In total, the TSA expecting to screen more than 18 million passengers from July 1st through the 7th. Already, many people dealing with delays.
This has been a very long day and long night. We haven't slept.
But United Airlines, which is expecting to fly more than 6 million passengers, telling ABC News they're ready.
This is our Super Bowl of travel right here, and we are focused on getting our customers safely where they need to go this holiday season.
The roads are also busy. AAA projecting an all-time record of 72 million drivers who are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home, nearly 2 million more than last year and 7 million more than 2019.
We left around 10 a.m. and it took us like an hour. It wasn't too bad, actually, as long as you leave before
before noon. In New York, some drivers facing bumper-to-bumper traffic.
The traffic's actually pretty bad going out to Long Island right now. We see like 2.5, 3 hours.
Well, now according to Hopper, Sunday and Monday will be the busiest return travel days.
So if you're driving, it's best to leave before noon, as the heaviest traffic is expected to be between 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And I'm just glad it won't be me flying or driving.
No, we're settled in
right here. Yeah,
Yep.
there's so many things going around here.
Exactly. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we're going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will have another look at your first alert forecast as we make our way into not only this Friday, the 4th of July, but the 4th of July weekend ahead of us. It is 6:16, giving you that live look outside from our Yakima Federal camera here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. We're back after the break.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings this week at Walker's. Get store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals, or get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
If you would like to improve your sleep for less, then right now is the perfect time to visit Walker's Furniture for their 4th of July savings event. Experience first-class sleep, plus get it now and pay over time with no interest financing for up to 5 years. This week at Walker's.
Crossing the Columbia River by car in a boat.
Only ferry owned by the state of Washington that is not in the Puget Sound.
See it all over the Keller Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Very unique.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next live, it's our 4th of July show.
The most spectacular show of the year.
Bring on the fireworks. With Wayne Brady, plus Craig Morgan performs.
Happy 4th of July.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you Futurecast radar, and we'll put this into motion. And by the time we get to lunchtime, you can see starting to see a few showers now in lower elevations in the foothills and also in the Blue Mountains. We continue to put this into motion, and it's just going to kind of be persistent, and it's going to hang around the same areas. Now, it's not going to rain for the entirety of the day. It's not going to be a washout. I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans, but I would say the chances for showers throughout the day going to be about 10 to 20% in the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin, about 30% in the foothills, and about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. I think by the time we get to Saturday morning, most of this, if not all of this, is going to be off the map. We could pick up some beneficial rainfall from all of this, especially in the Blues. Only 0.2 inches. It doesn't seem like that much at face value, but around this time of the year, that is certainly very beneficial. Here's your umbrella cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Again, not a washout, but those consistent about 20% shower chances from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It would be an excellent day to have the First Alert weather app on hand. You could track some of those showers with that interactive radar feature. You can get it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. If you want to think of this as a 3-day weekend, here's the breakdown. Today's going to be the coolest and dampest day of the weekend, but then drying out and heating up as we head into this weekend. Winds going to return for tomorrow. They're not going to be as widespread. They're not going to be as strong, but still it could be windy in the Kittitas Valley and breezy for a handful of other locations across the region. So something to keep in mind around this time of the year, especially with people shooting off fireworks. We're going to be tracking the winds very closely for next week as well, as our vegetation is going to be much drier. The fire risk is going to go up and the heat risk is going to go up as well, as high temperatures are going to be about, I'd say, 10 to 15 degrees above average from Monday through Thursday. The peak of the heat wave looking like it's going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we'll see how the model data comes in for Monday and Thursday. So probably going to be some first alert weather days for next week because of the heat. And like I mentioned, the vegetation dryness situation, the fire risk, that situation is going to get much worse, as we just don't have, after today, we don't have any substantial rainfall in the forecast. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Expect cooler temps with a slight chance of showers on the 4th. Triple-digit heat returns by next week. In Yakima, a light sprinkle or two possible today, but otherwise dry conditions will lead to much hotter weather, especially by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe near triple digits. In Ellensburg, breezy throughout the weekend into next week, and then watching the next round of strong winds Wednesday. That could certainly have an impact on fire concerns. Hermiston, small shower chances today, heating up and drying out after that. And then for Walla Walla, it's going to be the exact same cycle, maybe around 105 by Tuesday. Wow.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we're taking a look at what is trending this week, from a weird cloud mistaken for a tornado to a watermelon-headed mannequin. Okay, we've got you all covered with these wild stories. It's coming up after the break in a few minutes.
This 4th of July, set your perfect remodel free. During our Made in the USA sale, take 50% off American-made carpets, floors, and more. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
One day, maybe these were your people, or these. But maybe one day you noticed fewer people, which can feel different, but good. Because now, older, we decide what our people means, how we spend time, even who they are. Like us, our people are their own people, and our connections keep us active, sharper, and happier. Find ways to connect with people of all ages at findyourpeoplewa.org.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Guess that makes you forward-thinking Fiona.
Gotta protect your dreams.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be? Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
This 4th of July, set your perfect remodel free. During our Made in the USA sale, take 50% off American-made carpets, floors, and more. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Taking a look at what was trending this week, with one of them being a funky funnel cloud that sent Atlanta into a panic.
Yeah, plus a massive dust storm in Vegas left drivers ducking for cover.
And with the 4th of July coming in hot, officials have a big boom safety warning they demonstrated in a very smashing way.
Jeremy Roth has it all in today's Take a Look at This.
Concerned residents in the Atlanta area were duped by a bizarre low-hanging cloud, mistaking the freakish funnel-like formation for a large tornado.
There's no tornado sirens. Like, should someone call?
Video and images captured near the city of Smyrna show the imposing cloud, which was definitely giving tornado-like vibes, but is actually a harmless formation called a scud cloud. Scud clouds are low-hanging, ragged cloud fragments that form below the main cloud base and often occur with a thunderstorm cold front. And although they do extend toward the ground like a tornado, experts say it's the noticeable lack of rotation that sets a scud cloud apart and confirms this surreal southern sight was simply a case of mistaken skydentity. Another atmospheric phenomenon, a massive dust storm, descended on the Las Vegas area, causing near-zero visibility in places like the city's airport. The storm's reported 60-plus mile-an-hour winds had another startling effect, toppling powerline poles on some area vehicles. One driver, who escaped unharmed, shared video of their first-person view as power lines came crashing down on their car. 6 vehicles had run-ins with fallen poles, but thankfully no injuries were reported. Well, many of us will have our eyes on the skies with the festive 4th of July looming, and with fireworks aplenty on tap, now's a good time for a safety reminder. And what better way than showing a mannequin with a watermelon for a melon running afoul of fireworks face first? Officials in Georgia used the doomed melon-domed dummy to remind folks when working with live fireworks, use your head and protect your head, along with the rest of you. Oh, that reminds me, I need to pick up watermelon for the weekend. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
It's one way to remind people the dangers of fireworks.
That was fun. Watermelon.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's not just obviously there is like the fire start threat when it comes to firework safety, but also like the threat that comes to yourself as well.
Yeah.
So don't end up like a watermelon-headed friend.
Yeah, no. No. All of those were just jump scares. We all kind of...
There's a lot going on there. Yeah, well, I mean, that cloud, what was that cloud called again?
It's a scud cloud. If you want to know the actual name, it's stratus fractus, but scud, that's the word on the street.
I like tornado cloud.
Yeah.
It's a tornado cloud.
Tornado cloud.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, I would think it's a tornado.
Would,
yeah,
right off the bat.
Like that lady was saying, like,
We should
call sirens.
We should call someone.
Yeah,
that was very proactive on her
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We are tracking some new details. There was a deadly crash that shut down part of Lewis Street in Pasco during peak holiday travel. We have the latest on the investigation.
Plus, the Yakima Pickleball Club serving up friendly competition and a fundraiser all in one. We have how their first ever 8-minute scramble helped improve a popular park. That and more is all coming up in your next half hour.
Celebrate the 4th of July with explosive savings at More Furniture. Truckloads of special buys are arriving daily, and we're passing the savings directly to you. Join us this Friday for Independence Day, and you'll get our very best offer. No money down, no sales tax, and absolutely no interest until July 2026. Plus, you'll get free white glove delivery, and we'll remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. Visit More Furniture this Friday, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Who says you have to wait for snow to get the best piano deals of the year? Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is unwrapping Christmas savings in July. Free delivery and setup, and a holiday songbook so you can practice Jingle Bells by the pool. Save on select uprights, grands, and digital pianos. And if you wear a Santa hat, we'll reward you with an extra discount. Christmas in July at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where music is always in season.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
It's holiday time. Let the fun begin. Spend time with your family and friends. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, reminding you that drinking and driving can turn good times into bad times. If you get in a wreck and you're over the limit, your life becomes a nightmare. Don't risk it. It's so easy to call a ride service and leave your car where it is. Drinking? Enjoy the ride home and get someone else to do the driving. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the heavy hitter, reminding you not to drink and drive because you matter.
50% off annuals and vegetable starts at Queensgate Gardens. It's the end of spring and going fast. Open 10 to 3 on the 4th. Queensgate Gardens, where adventure grows at 50% off.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
From Apple Valley News Now, have a happy and safe 4th of July. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here on this 4th of July for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, 4th of July is here. We've been talking about it all week.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Yes.
But not really 4th of July weather right now, at least.
No, it's going to be overcast throughout much of the day, and we're going to have these little shower chances. It's going to be cooler than normal. Saturday, Sunday, those would have been perfect days for
well, I'll be
4th of
celebrating
July.
tomorrow, most likely. So
yeah, it's part of the
I'll just celebrate entire weekend, really.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Extended holiday weekend, right? So eventually it's going to come back around.
If girls can have a month-long birthday, so can America.
Absolutely.
There we go. Even though it's totally America's birthday.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about our 3-degree guarantee. Sponsored by our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday went with a forecast high of 89 in Pasco Tri-Cities. It verified right at 89. So now we're at $1,500. That is 60 forecasts correct in a row. So woohoo for that. All right, for today, a much cooler forecast high of 80 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 77 and 83, the jackpot's going to hit $1,525, $1,525. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now it's on your screen is First Alert Radar. You're starting to see some of those very light showers in southern Morrow and Umatilla counties. This is going to slowly but surely ascend up towards the north, and it's going to be our problem in Hermiston, the Tri-City, Sunnyside, Yakima a little bit later this morning, and perhaps into the afternoon as well. Winds pretty light for now, but after 11 a.m. they should start to ramp up. It's going to be especially windy in the Kittitas Valley for today. Right now, temperatures, it's feeling awesome out there, especially for lower elevations, 50s and 60s, 40s in the Cascades, and 50s up in the Blues. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities, like we were just talking about up there at the desk, it's going to be overcast throughout much of the day, and high temperature is going to struggle to make it out of the 70s, which places us at about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for the 4th of July. But 80s in clouds still feels pretty good, so we'll take it. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this abnormally cool 4th of July forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 6:34, and we begin this half hour of news with some developing news out of Kennewick. A large police presence surrounding a townhome just late yesterday.
Only our crews were on scene as officers responded to reports of a disturbance possibly involving weapons. Now, this happened on West Entiat Avenue, and Kennewick police say the call came in around 3:30. Streets were blocked off, and KPD even deployed a drone to help with the investigation.
So after several hours, officers confirmed no one had been injured in this, but at least one person had been detained. As we continue to get more information on what was going on, we'll of course pass that along to you.
And staying in Kennewick, the fire department is investigating a vegetation fire that broke out at an apartment complex yesterday afternoon. And this happened on the 5600 block of Clearwater Avenue at the entrance to the Clearwater Bay Apartments. Large trees along the driveway of the complex were on fire, and fire crews from Kennewick and Richland raced to the scene. Firefighters were able to get the fire out before it spread to some nearby buildings. They also finished cutting down the trees to make sure that there were no hot spots. No one was hurt, but the cause of the fire is under investigation.
And following up on some breaking news that happened just yesterday in Pasco, a head-on crash near the Lewis Street underpass killed one person, injured another. Washington State Patrol telling us it happened last night just before 5. A 20-year-old man was exiting westbound Lewis Street to southbound 395 when his vehicle hit another car coming off the northbound exit ramp. Well, his passenger, a 22-year-old woman, passed away at the scene. The driver was taken to Cadleck with injuries, and the other driver, a 35-year-old man from Kennewick, was not hurt. State Patrol still investigating just how this crash happened and whether speed may have played a factor. All right, 6:36, talking sports now this morning. A group of pickleball enthusiasts put their skills to the test last night in Yakima. Yakima Pickleball Club hosting its first annual 8-minute scramble in Franklin Park. The event drew in about 50 people from the club and community for several rounds of friendly competition, and all the proceeds from this event will go towards resurfacing the park's courts, something the club says is needed for the good of both the club and the public. The club raised over $500 from last night's event and are excited to hold it again next year.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you're looking for plans still for this 4th of July, we've got everything from small town traditions to big city fireworks, and we rounded up all the best ways to celebrate across the Tri-Cities, and we'll let you know about them in just a few minutes.
And of course, you're going to want to know what the weather is going to be like on this 4th of July weekend. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will break down your forecast after the break as we give you that live look outside from our Bimark camera in Yakima, where we are still monitoring that vegetation fire. You can see just still some light smoke there. Continuing to billow between Interstate 82 and State Route 24 right there along the Yakima River. We'll break down your fire forecast as well.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
Something big is coming to Wild Horse Resort and Casino. He's elusive, he's famous, and there's a $120,000 Bigfoot bounty out for him this July and August. Spin the prize wheel for cash, free play, or the Bigfoot Bounty Progressive that increases each spin until it's won every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then on July 26th, one of 3 lucky Bigfoot trackers takes home $15,000 in cash. Come catch Bigfoot. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself. Self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting, and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
Apple Valley News Now viewer Alan Rither of Richland.
We really appreciate Apple Valley News Now being on the air. It's more a part of our community.
We love hearing from viewers. Email comments at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Next ET, Scarlett Johansson, the evolution of a Hollywood icon.
Acting I don't see as work. It's my dream.
It's a special ET Vault Unlocked.
What more can you ask for?
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this 4th of July forecast. Again, it's going to be cool out there for today, cool for this time of the year. So we'll be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So we're going to be in the mid-60s up in the Cascades, low 80s in the Kittitas Valley, a bit breezy. This peak gust could be around 30 miles per hour. Then for the Yakima Valley, low to mid 80s, also a bit breezy here. Peak gust only between 15 to 20 miles per hour. And there's going to be about a 10% chance of showers today in the Yakima Valley, about a 10 to 20% chance of showers in the lower Columbia Basin, 30% chance of showers in the Blue Foothills, and about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. Back to the lower Columbia Basin, though, overcast highs mostly in, it's really going to be a mix of 70s and 80s with peak gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour. 70s and 80s also for the Blue Foothills, and it's looking like it's going to be mostly 60s in the Blue Mountains. And also a bit breezy out this way as well. So not a terrible forecast, not a washout. Don't cancel any outdoor plans, but a bit of a bummer, as I know for the 4th of July, we all want it to be a little steamy outside and plenty of sunshine. Okay, here is today's vegetation dryness forecast. Still, it's going to be critically dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, but just an elevated level of dryness for the rest of the region. You still don't need to let your guard down, especially if you plan on shooting off fireworks, in particular if you're an unprofessional shooting off said fireworks.
And speaking of fireworks, Josh, we're
only professionals here.
Yes.
Hey, we've got our, we're festive.
I want a flag.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it all. Here's some sunglasses too.
Oh yeah,
are really tiny.
Oh yeah, some sunglasses.
Well, we're being festive, and we're talking about some community events, and people all across the region, including ourselves, are getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July.
I don't know if I can read through these.
Try it.
I can't.
From fireworks and parades to pancakes and pickleball, there is something for everyone.
And whether you're looking for live music, local traditions, or a spot to set up your lawn chair, we've got you covered.
So first one on the list is one that you can't miss. We're talking about Columbia Park in Kennewick, and it's the place to be.
Yeah, the River of Fire Festival returns today, bringing fireworks, food trucks, and music all to the banks of the Columbia.
The fun kicks off at 2 o'clock with live performances on 2 stages, including country, rock, and Latin bands.
And kids can enjoy their own kid zone while you explore food truck alleys or settle in for the show.
And then at 10 p.m., look up in the sky. The fireworks will be lighting up the sky over the Columbia River.
Best of all, it's totally free. Just bring a blanket, lawn chairs, and your festive spirit.
Woohoo. Woohoo. Yeah, like this, your festive spirit. Yeah. Okay, and then start your independence. Oh, I get this too?
I want a flag.
Oh, get a flag. Yeah. Oh, here, you need a headband.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what you need, is a headband.
There we go.
Start your Independence Day bright and early in Benton City, where patriotism meets pancakes.
Ooh, so the celebration starts at 8 with breakfast in the park, and it keeps going with the flag raising ceremony, a kids parade down 9th Street, and then free ice cream for all the little ones.
Wrap up the day with a community fireworks show at dusk, all put on by the Benton City Lions Club.
Fire trucks, trophies, and plenty of small town charm. You'll find it all at this family-friendly celebration.
And bring your lawn chairs to enjoy the show later that night.
For a classic 4th, Benton City's the place to be.
So much going on this weekend.
I'm excited.
Yay, all right.
Get out there and do something.
Yeah, happy 4th. All right, coming up next, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will be back with your first alert forecast. We give you that live look outside right now from our Biomark camera in Yakima. You can still see just a little bit of smoky haze lingering over that vegetation fire that's been burning for the last couple of days right there between Interstate 82 and State Route 24 right there along the Yakima River. He will have your full first alert forecast and fire watch as well when we come back after the break.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
3 weeks of savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick one up in store today. Bonus zone savings include Pepsi brand 12 packs, buy 2 get 2 free. Bi-Mart quad chairs are just $9.99. Plus save $50 on a Quick Shade Weekender 10x10 canopy. Storeware's 23-gallon totes are just $7.99. And all Frito-Lay party-sized chips are $3.99. Save store-wide through July 7th. Bi-Mart since 1955.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Expand your access to library services with the Great Rivers Library Partnership. Get a library card at the following participating libraries. Get your Mid-Columbia Libraries card and unlock access to over 350,000 books across 12 locations. High-quality programs like author visits, performers, and special events, and more. Plus, no late fines. Visit a Mid-Columbia Libraries branch near you for more information or visit midcolumbialibraries.org/reciprocal.
The River of Fire Festival, presented by ICCU, is back. Friday, July the 4th at Columbia Park in Kennewick. It's a free family celebration starting at 2 p.m. with food trucks, live music, kids' activities, and fireworks at 10.
Next live, it's our 4th of July show.
The most spectacular show of the year.
Bring on the fireworks. With Wayne Brady, plus Craig Morgan performs.
Happy 4th of July.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
From Apple Valley News Now, have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you through today with Futurecast radar. Around lunchtime, this is when we're going to start to see better shower chances in the foothills, starting to get into lower elevations as well. And then it's just going to kind of linger around the same spots throughout much of the day. Now, I think most of us probably stay dry for today. Where it does rain, it's not going to rain for the entirety of the day. It's not going to be a washout, but I would say shower chances probably around 10% in the Yakima Valley, around 20% in the lower Columbia Basin, 30% for the Blue Foothills, and a 40% chance of both showers and thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. Now, come time for Saturday morning, it is looking like most of this, if not all of this, is going to be off the map. All right, we could pick up some beneficial rainfall in the Blue Mountains, around 0.2 inches. That might not seem like a lot, but around this time of the year, that will certainly do us some favors when it comes to fire season. Okay, like I mentioned, definitely not a washout for today. Just these little 20% shower chances in the Tri-Cities from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Don't cancel any outdoor plans, but they might be impacted for a little bit. It'd be an excellent day to have the First Alert Weather app on hand. You can track all the showers and thunderstorms yourself with that interactive radar feature. And the best part is it's for free in the App Store and on Google Play. This 3-day weekend is going to consist of the coolest and dampest day on Friday. but then much hotter and drier weather for Saturday and Sunday, back into the 80s and 90s for lower elevations as soon as Sunday. That's a little precursor to the heat wave that we have on tap for next week. More on that in a second, but first, the winds for tomorrow, they're going to be picking back up in the Kittitas Valley. Could be a little bit windy there. And of course, we're always keeping a very close eye on the winds around this time of the year, especially with people shooting off fireworks. Like I mentioned, Saturday and Sunday, just a little precursor to the heat next week. Looks like we could breach triple digits in the Tri-Cities for Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to cut it pretty close on Monday as well. So just gut feeling is that there's going to be some first alert weather days for next week, and fire danger going up as well, as there's not going to be much rainfall in the forecast after today. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Expect cooler temps with a slight chance of showers on the 4th. Triple-digit heat returns next week. In Yakima, a light sprinkle or two is possible today, but otherwise dry conditions will lead to much hotter weather, especially by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. In Ellensburg, breezy throughout the weekend and into next week. Then watching that next round of stronger winds for next Wednesday, that could certainly bring up fire concerns. Then in Hermiston, a small chance of showers today. Then the forecast turns hot and dry, and it's going to be the exact same cycle in Walla Walla. Could be around a 105 for Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new insight from a Sean Diddy Combs juror. On Wednesday, the hip-hop mogul acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges, but convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. And after a day of speculation into the jury's thinking, one anonymous juror speaking out to ABC, telling us, quote, "I heard an attorney/legal pundit say that our decision as a jury might have been influenced by Mr. Combs' celebrity. I found that statement highly insulting and belittling to the jury and the deliberation process. We spent over 2 days deliberating. Our decision was based solely on the evidence presented and how the law is stated. We would have treated any defendant in the same manner regardless of who they are." And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on what's next for Sean Diddy Combs. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Before taking Breztri for my COPD, I had bad days. Days ruined by flare-ups that could permanently damage my lungs. Then I talked to my doctor about Breztri, and I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. Breztri also helped improve my symptoms and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. Now, I worry less about bad days and enjoy more good days.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Breztri for COPD.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:53. It's time for your morning sprint in our 6 o'clock hour. We're starting off with your national headlines. President Trump signed an executive order yesterday establishing the Make America Beautiful Again Commission. According to the order, the commission will expand access to public land for recreation, hunting, and fishing. The White House says the goal is to reduce delays that hinder effective environmental management and also encourage sustainable land use. Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum will chair the commission.
Time now is 6:53, and here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Firefighters making more progress on the Cold Springs fire burning in Umatilla County. That fire started Wednesday, now sitting at 58% contained. It's burned just under 3,000 acres. A level 1 evacuation alert remains in place still this morning. 1 home has been lost, but crews managed to save others, including a nearby barn. The cause of that fire, though, still under investigation. The Department of Natural Resources is urging everyone to do their part in preventing wildfires. That includes following burn bans, clearing dry brush, and never leaving campfires unattended. And if you're heading outdoors, especially to state parks, officials are reminding you to stay fire aware as heat and wind continue to raise the risk. And in Kennewick, the Benton Franklin Health District has a warning for people, telling them to stay out of the water at the Columbia Park fishing pond. There's a dangerous toxin that's been detected. It can be harmful if swallowed, especially for kids and pets. Signs are posted asking people to keep out of the water. They'll be retesting next week.
And in Pasco, we now know more about the crash that shut down the Lewis Street underpass yesterday. WSP says a 20-year-old driver crashed head-on with another car. The 20-year-old was hospitalized. A 22-year-old passenger in the other car was killed, but that driver was not hurt.
And in Pasco, the Grand Ole 4th celebration is back and bigger than ever. From a pancake breakfast and a dance party for the kids, we'll be there. A classic car show. The iconic parade. Memorial Park is going to be packed with patriotic fun, and it doesn't end there. You can head to the pool for a red, white, and swim, and then catch the fireworks at Giesa Stadium. Showtime starts at 10.
And trending this morning, people from all over are celebrating the 4th, like us.
Yes.
And so are some animals.
That's right. Some animals at the Brooksfield Zoo near Chicago are getting into the holiday spirit. Take a look at this.
The zoo's California sea lions and gray seals were presented with special 4th of July ice and sugar-free gelatin cakes.
How cute. And by the looks of these adorable photos, they seem to really like them. So other animals also got red, white, and blue themed enrichment treats.
That's so cute. It also included the zoo's bottlenose dolphins, which enjoyed a floating American flag made of sugar-free gelatin.
Look at them just gobbling into that. That's fun.
They just look so sweet.
I know. Aww.
They're still wild animals.
I'm gonna put these glasses on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have poppers, but you know, that's because it makes a mess.
It does. We've done that.
Yes, we've done it before several times, and you know, yeah, and then you find some confetti weeks later.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
But hey, we're gonna leave that to the professionals because there's a lot going on this week, firework-wise.
Exactly.
And don't light your own fireworks. You know, remember all your safety tips.
Yes. If you're an unprofessional, I would highly recommend against shooting off fireworks for today or ever, really. Now, thankfully, we're going to be assisted by some cooler weather, also some wetter weather as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures this morning. Feels great in lower elevations, 50s and 60s, but you see those showers, slowly but surely creeping in from the south. So southern Umatilla County, southern Morrow County, starting to see some lighter showers. We'll have about a 10 to 20% chance of showers in Yakima and Tri-Cities today, about a 30% chance in Walla Walla, and a 40% chance up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Could have some thunderstorms up that way as well. Quick update on the vegetation fire, Milton Freewater. We know it's 5 acres. We know that Walla Walla County Fire District number 4 is assisting. It's a multi-agency operation right now. So if there are any more updates, we'll of course keep you posted on all of our social and digital platforms. And then, like Jade was talking about, the Cold Springs fire now just with level 1 evacuations. Those areas impacted, that would be Salmon Point west to Hat Rock, north of Highway 37 to Juniper Canyon, south of Highway 730 to Cold Springs Reservoir between Tabor Road and Highway 37. And if there are additional updates on these, we'll also pass that along on all of our digital platforms, including AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Yes, so be smart, be safe,
yes,
and enjoy.
Yeah, and happy birthday, America.
That's
and Post
right.
Malone.
And happy birthday, Post Malone.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America's up next. We'll be back tonight with your local news and weather at 5.
Have a great day.